Yesterday, Mel Kiper was speaking on Get Up, and the conversation was centered a lot around Joe Burrow. The
Not
interview
to brag.
the interview with Joe Burrow yesterday was spreading like wildfire from off the bench on Tuesday morning, and a lot of the national shows were breaking down some of his comments that he made here on OTB, specifically about playing at the next level and playing in Cleveland. Mel Kiper, who has produced his latest mock draft earlier this week, one mainstay, has been at that number one pick with Joe Burrow and Cincinnati. In fact, Kiper was reacting yesterday to a lot of the pushback of Burrow to Cincinnati not making sense.
I'm disgusted by it, Greeny. It makes me sick. And I've been screaming about this for months. I hear this garbage. Everybody wants to spew about the Bengals, and it's the horrible place to go. It's awful. You got no chance for a quarterback to have success. What are you, dreaming? You want to just throw out inaccurate information? Fine, but it makes me sick. The 81 and 88 may be too long ago, but they won in 81 with Kenny Anderson, 88 with Boomer Esiason. If that's too far removed, fine. Let's fast forward to 2011, 2015. That's not 100 years ago, guys. Okay, they had 5 straight winning seasons, 5 straight playoff appearances. Should have beat Pittsburgh. It was a penalty late that cost them that opportunity. They had an 11 and 12 win season mixed in to those 5 straight years of getting to the playoffs. Okay, and with Carson Palmer, he got hurt in a playoff game where they won that game. Andy Dalton had success. So this notion that Joe Burrow is going to a place that's never won, never had success, never had a quarterback do anything is utterly ridiculous.
Oh, get him, Mel. He did. I mean, he is right. Well, he's right in a way. I guess what I hear more of is the criticism of Cincinnati. It's less that they've never won or never had any measure of success. It's that they haven't been willing to go all in on that success, right? It's that, like, yeah, they've won some games, they've gone to playoffs, but they've been so cheap along the way that it's maybe stopped them from attaining their ultimate ceiling. And we kind of mentioned that with Joe the other day. And a lot of people are taking this like Joe was, I don't know, like specifically talking about Cincinnati. I just think he was acknowledging the reality of the situation. If you are a first overall pick, you're going to the team that finished dead last year. So, like, of course it's going to be a bit challenging, especially when you take out OTAs, you take out minicamp, you take out all of the over the summer timing in which you really acclimate yourself to the professional lifestyle. So, yeah, I almost feel bad in a way because it's like we had him on and it was so good for us and everything. But, man, if this didn't reinforce how he just can't say anything in this kind of vacuum of sports news that it's spiraling out of control. I mean, it dominated the news cycle yesterday.
Well, that's what I love about him. And I think that's what endears him to even people within the Cincinnati organization, or if there's a team that's trying to put together a package to make a major trade to move up and get him, is that when's the last time you've seen the solidified number one pick speaking out a week before the draft about anything having to do with any specific team, especially the one that's picking number one? He's fearless. I mean, a lot of guys would just stick to brand protection, keeping your mouth shut, not worrying about going through any of that. But he's so confident and comfortable within his own skin that he recognizes if anybody really wanted to push back to him on the way that he answered your question, I think he would just explain it like, no, all I was really doing was spelling out the issues and the challenges of the number one pick.
Yes.
It's just the reality of it.
It's not specific to him. It's not specific to Cincinnati. It's like Jordy just said, it's just being a number one pick in any sport.
Right, and I mean, it just comes along with the territory. And I think above all else, that is what is got to be attractive to front office members, scouts, GMs, decision makers at the next level, is that nothing has ever really intimidated this guy.
No.
Right?
No,
I mean, nothing has ever intimidated him from a competition and an athletic standpoint.
Also, though, in that answer, I think there was some honesty in terms of think about the anxiety you would be feeling if you were in his shoes.
OTAs?
No OTAs.
Don't get to go in the locker room.
Not get that timing down. Don't get to win over the guys in the locker room. And then you're going to have to go out there and be successful immediately and think about the bar that Joe Burrow set for Joe Burrow with what he did last season. He was infallible. He was unbelievable. He was unlike anything we've ever seen. And now he has to ask that to translate immediately in the NFL in the kind of wildest of circumstances. So maybe there even is a little a little consternation there. Maybe fear's not the right word, but a little anxiety, and that makes a lot of sense. And I thought he was actually very candid, and I loved it. You the man, Jeff.